Now that I think about it, she often had stomach aches before we separated. Could it be that since then? I can hide for a while, but not forever. I have to find a way to get through this. At this moment, there was a knock on her bedroom door. No need to guess, it must be Fu Nancheng. He came over. Hiding was no solution now, so she stood up, walked over, and opened the door. Mr. Fu, what can I do for you? Fu Nancheng, tall and long-legged, stood outside the door. He changed into a white shirt and a brown sweater over it. He looked casual, young, and handsome. His hawk-like eyes swept over her little face, examining her sharply. Zhuxi, are you pregnant? Fu Nancheng pursed his lips, then looked down at her flat belly. The child is a child. I'm not pregnant! Zhuxi knew that something was wrong. A man as alert as him would become suspicious if he smelled anything abnormal. He already suspected she was pregnant. Zhuxi looked at him and denied it. Zhuxi, if you are really pregnant, don't hide it from me. Fu Nancheng stretched out his long legs, squeezed into the room, closed the door. Now he spoke to her in a low voice, with a serious and earnest look, asking her to tell him if she got pregnant and he would take care of both her and the child. This was truly the best responsibility and cultivation of a mature man. You are still very young, so just leave it to me. I will take care of you and the child. Take care of it? How are you going to take care of it? Abort the child? Zhuxi placed her small hand on her flat belly. I'll have a doctor come over to check you out now. After saying that, Fu Nancheng put his arms around her slender waist. Zhuxi's mind went blank. The doctor couldn't come because if he came, her pregnancy would be exposed. No need. I can't call a doctor because that would expose me completely, and I might not be able to protect the child. To impress him, Zhuxi continued, I'm afraid other people will see me. If word gets out about me having a prenatal checkup, how will I ever find a boyfriend? She pushed him, but Fu Nancheng restrained her, not letting her move. She struggled in dissatisfaction. I promise you no one will know about this. Fu Nancheng looked at her with her eyebrows tightly furrowed. Are you going to hide it again? Yes, Mr. Fu is very powerful. I am trying to marry above my station. I can't face him. Zhuxi, since we met again, I have never cared about what you said to others. It is you who is unwilling to face our relationship. He lowered his handsome eyelids and looked at her seriously. She was deliberately pretending to be weak, and Fu Nancheng felt that he was completely under her control. I have been pushing you to go, but you never said you missed me or liked me. If he doesn't want her anymore, she will leave on her own. If he has another woman, she will not compete with others for him. He doesn't even know whether she likes him or not. Between us, am I the only one touched? She is a coward, guarding her heart tightly for fear of getting hurt. Zhuxi's heart moved, as if the softest part of her heart had been inadvertently poked. Fu Nancheng looked at her and curled his lips. I called the doctor on the way here. Let's talk after we have a checkup. Soon the doctor came in. Zhuxi sat on the sofa, curled up her fingers, and thought a lot. She was wondering how he would deal with her and the child if her pregnancy was exposed and how she should deal with it. Doctor, how's it going? Zhuxi's heartbeat jumped to her throat. At this time, the doctor said, a more accurate result requires an X-ray at the hospital, but judging from her pulse, this lady is not pregnant. Time passed very slowly, and every minute and every second was torture. It was obvious that Fu Nancheng was not at all careless when it came to his offspring. Okay, I understand. Thank you, doctor. Then, Mr. Fu, I'll be leaving first. The doctor withdrew. I've told you everything, Mr. Fu. Now you believe it, right? Zhuxi's eyes lit up, and her heart, which had been beating wildly just now, instantly fell back to its original position. Well, come with me to the hospital again tomorrow. You really don't trust me? What would you do if I were really pregnant? Fu Nancheng put his hands in his trouser pockets and thought for a moment, if she was really pregnant? This cannot be thought about. He rolled his throat. I haven't thought about it. You can try it, and I'll know then. Fu Nancheng came in front of her and looked at her little face. This man's tone was very crazy. Zhuxi suddenly wanted to know what he would do if he knew she was pregnant, so she pretended to be nonchalant and joked. What kind of answer is this? What did you say? Nothing. Is Mr. Fu not going to go? Zhuxi, there is still time. Stay with me for a while. Zhuxi stood up and said, No, we're done. Get out of here. At this time, the knock on the door was heard again, and Ji Yunfan's voice came from outside. Suxian, let's go eat together. Mr. Ji? Zhuxi seemed to have grabbed a life-saving straw and immediately agreed. Well, stay here for a while, then come out after I leave. I'm coming! Zhuxi left the room. Fu Nancheng looked at her pretty figure, a gloomy look between his handsome brows. Am I an embarrassing person? Luckily, I told Xiaofu to bribe the doctor, otherwise it would have been a disaster. The doctor that Fu Nancheng had just found was actually Suchi's man. Zhuxi had guessed that Fu Nancheng would find a doctor, so she informed Xiaofu in advance and thus successfully escaped the disaster. Suxian, you finally came out, let's go. The restaurant at Fu's hotel is delicious. Ji Yunfan came and grabbed Zhuxi, but Zhuxi quickly walked away, avoiding Ji Yunfan's hand. Fu's hotel restaurant. In the restaurant, Zhuxi and Ji Yunfan sat down. Ji Yunfan blinked and said, Suxian, eat this, it's delicious. What are you eating? Do you mind if I join you? This voice is... At this time, someone came from the front. He was Fu Nancheng. Ji Yunfan didn't dare to refuse and said, Mr. Fu, of course, welcome. So, Fu Nancheng sat down, and Ji Yunfan's much-anticipated romantic dinner for two suddenly turned into a dinner for three. Zhuxi still wanted to trick Ji Yunfan into talking, because Ji Yunfan hadn't finished speaking yet, and she didn't know where the biological daughter born to Ji Liniang had gone. Unexpectedly, Fu Nancheng joined in, and the dinner became weird. Mr. Fu, are you sitting in the wrong seat? You should be sitting across from me. Really? I prefer this place, the lighting is better. Mr. Fu, please sit wherever you want. Suxian, look at this green grape, it's so big and sweet, please feed me one. At this time, Ji Yunfan made a request, asking Zhuxi to feed him the grape. The gaze from the opposite side was like a mountain pressing down on one's head, which meant, Zhuxi, just try to move if you dare. Zhuxi looked at Fu Nancheng and raised her red lips. Okay, Mr. Ji, I misunderstood you before, but now I think you're pretty good. At least you're single and not greedy, unlike some men. Zhuxi was speechless for a moment, then stretched out her slender fingers, pinched a green grape, and fed it to Ji Yunfan. She actually fed another man grapes? Fu Nancheng looked at her and saw that she was getting closer and closer to Ji Yunfan. She was really about to feed the green grapes into his mouth. His eyes were red. A terrible murderous aura enveloped his muscular chest, and he felt that nothing would happen unless he died. With a loud clang, Fu Nancheng threw the knife and fork in his hand heavily into the plate. Sorry, my hand slipped. Mr. Fu is still young, but his hands are already shaking like that. This should not be taken lightly. Go to the hospital if you have time. Zhuxi could feel Fu Nancheng's gaze on her face without looking up. She was looking at her gloomily. She smiled at Ji Yunfan under the pressure and said, Come, Mr. Ji. Ji Yunfan had his mouth open, but when he saw Fu Nancheng suddenly got angry, he immediately shut his mouth obediently. He looked at Fu Nancheng in confusion. Mr. Fu, where's Yao Yao? Hasn't she arrived yet? Maybe still on the way. Lu Yao stood there alone. Lu Yao became thoughtful. It was really strange that Fu Nancheng suddenly got angry over a plate of green grapes today. Could it be that Zhuxi was seducing him? We agreed to meet at the hotel, so why are Nancheng and Zhuxi together again? Lu Yao did not doubt Zhuxi and Fu Nancheng at first, because in her opinion, Zhuxi was not worthy of Fu Nancheng at all, and Fu Nancheng would not be interested in Zhuxi. Could it be that not only Zhuxi is trying to seduce him, but Nancheng is also tempted? Next chapter. What? Zhuxi curled up her fingers. Now that she said that, her life experience matched that of Ji Liniang's biological daughter. Throw it in the river. That child is me. Although I don't know why maid Xiaxi did this, my biological mother should be Mrs. Lu. It seemed that she was Ji Liniang's daughter. Was she thrown into the river and exiled by Xiaxi's maid? She is still looking for me. So what should I do now? Should I go to the Lu family to admit that I am their daughter and become Lu Yao's half-sister? Now that she has found out her background, what should she do? Go back to the Lu family and meet Mrs. Lu. And Fu Nancheng, he will become my